Hey kids, welcome back. It is Mr. Josh and we're here with Questions with Kids, and I am honored to have Mr. Brayden here with me. Mr. Brayden, how are you doing today?
Really good.
Really? He's really good. Are you guys out there really good? Yeah? You in the back? Yeah? In the front? Perfect. All right, everybody's really good. I like really good. Better than really bad. All right, Mr. Brayden, I've got a question for you. I was wondering if you can help me answer it.
Okay.
My question is, what does it mean to lie to the Holy Spirit?
What I think the meaning to lie to the Holy Spirit is to, like, even though you might think something, and you know it to be wrong, God always knows the real answer, and He's never wrong.
Yeah.
We know that. But it's like you're purposely lying to yourself, even though you already know the answer, and then you're just lying to the Holy Spirit, but they already know the true answer.
Wow, that's deep. That is a great answer, because we can't, Brayden's right, we can't lie to God, right? God knows everything. God is truth. So God knows it all. So sometimes, yes, we'll lie to ourselves and at the same time lie to God, and that's wrong. But there's one more way to lie to the Holy Spirit that sometimes we don't think about. Mm-hmm. It's knowing what we know, knowing about Jesus, knowing about God's love, acting like, yeah, I love Jesus. Yeah, I know Jesus. He's cool. You know, but then not really believing it. And a lot of people, and in our story today, that's kind of what happened with Ananias and Sapphira, if you remember. They lied. They lied blatantly to God through Peter. And so that's what we can sometimes do to people. And we don't think about it that way, right? Because we might be like, yeah, I do know Jesus. Yeah, you know, I've said the prayer, but if you never really mean it, if you're not really living for Jesus in your heart, then really it's a big lie, and it's lying to the Holy Spirit, which is like the worst lie you could tell. You don't want to lie to God at all, right? So just be careful of that. Be careful of the lies you tell, and remember, you can lie to everybody, even yourself, but you can never lie to God. He knows all. So the best thing is just always tell the truth. Even if you took that cookie and your mom told you not to, you better tell her. All right. Do you have a question for me?
No, sir. No, sir.
Maybe that was.
Okay. Jesus has been generous to us. How can we show generosity to others?
It's a great question. And that's something that we talk about all the time, right? Showing God's love. Generosity is a huge part of God's love. Again, as we saw in our story, that's what the people were doing. The Holy Spirit filled the disciples. They went out and preached to everybody. And what did people do? They gave. They gave to each other. There was never a person in need. If they saw somebody in need, boom, they filled that need. Well, it could be like that with us. And an example I'm going to use for you guys, because, you know, most of you don't have jobs. Probably none of you have jobs, but that's okay. You'll get there. You'll love it. But you don't have jobs, but you still have things, right? Well, let's say you're at school, and I know not all of you go to school, but for those who are at school, and let's say you sit down to lunch, and you have somebody there, and they don't have a lunch, you notice, and you're like, well, I'm really hungry today. I didn't eat a lot for breakfast. I'm really hungry, but you know what? They have nothing. I'm going to give them half my lunch. That right there is showing generosity to somebody, because you don't have to. Nobody's forcing you to, but you're doing that, and you have no idea the impact that can make on a person's life. Just sharing something a little bit like half a sandwich could change that whole person's day around. They could be having a horrible day. Maybe they forgot their lunch. Maybe their mom and dad just didn't think about their lunch. And then you giving them half, that shows them love. That shows them somebody caring for them that they wouldn't normally see. And that's so huge. You could also be generous with your time. Somebody needs something. Somebody needs to talk, or they need help with something. And you volunteering your time, that's generosity, and that's showing God's love. So there are so many different ways you could show generosity. It's not just in money. It's not just in things. It's in time. It's in thoughts. It's in prayers. I mean, there's so much of it. So that is a huge way that we can show God's love through generosity. So I hope you guys learned something. It was a quick one today. Not my normal, but that's okay. We'll pick it up next time. It'll be like triple the time. All right, so Mr. Brayden, before you run out, thanks a lot. We'll see you guys tomorrow or the next day or whenever. Bye.